Good morning, Dad.
Good morning, daughter.
Sters. Good morning to our Shamanic Sundays community out there in the world. Always good to have you here and to be here with you. Thank you. Just for those of you who are new, I want to just take a moment to remind folks how this came about. And my dad, now and respected pioneer and leader in bringing Indigenous wisdom um, to us folks in the West and helping us use that wisdom that aligns with the 3.8 billion year old wisdom of nature that is in balance with that. Um, and you've been a bridge builder. And we were so graced to meet many of the Indigenous medicine teachers that you worked with when they would come to our home to stay or visit or do ceremony. And a couple months back, we were like, gosh, we just want to be able to share this with an even broader audience and to be able to bring your teachings that you were entrusted with from your mentors to share that more widely and be of greater service. And so we are using this new platform and so far are getting lots of appreciation for it. So it seems to be really being of service. And so it's just another channel that we can share you with. So we're glad to be here. And one of the principles that I was taught is to stay in sacred balance. So as we're asking questions, I want to bring the moment to you, Dad, to do a little beginning blessing, if you wouldn't mind.
No, I don't think I'd mind doing that because it's
Thank
always for me to do a blessing because it brings my awareness to what I have to be thankful for. So I just invite us all into listening in our awareness to what we have to be thankful for on this day, being alive. Certainly thankful for this gift of life, this breath that flows into us from the creative power of the universe, the wisdom, creative power of the universe, flowing a wave of life force energy into us because it wants us here, believes in us. We're manifestations of its creative power. We have purpose in being here. Gratitude, Creator, for this breath, for our ancestors, the ancestor spirits of the land we're living on, for our families, our communities, our teachers, our healers, all those in the spirit world, and prayers for all those relatives who crossed over so with such challenging situations recently on Maui, and the people without homes and grieving and shock, and just thank you, Great Spirit, for bringing us together here today through this format to join our hearts and minds and spirits and open ourselves to you and power of Mother Earth and the spirits that surround us above, below, within. Connection to you to be a channel for your healing light and love to the people of Maui and to all the people around the world who don't have the blessings that we have right now to be able to sit in a home with a roof over our head and not worry about a bomb dropping on us or fire descending on us. So gratitude for the angels of protection for sacred right now and the opportunity to open our awareness to deeper conscious connection with you, Great Spirit. Use us for healing of the sacred hoop. Oh.
Oh, thank you.
Uh,
Thank you. Thank you. Um, yeah, the fire on Maui, just another reminder. And I lost a friend and colleague this week, and so just super cognizant of the sacredness of every moment and our interconnection. And those are certainly some of the main principles that I've learned from um, indigenous teachings and ceremony and shamanism that you've opened the door to me for. So the question we got this week, let me pull it up so I get it right.
yeah, don't ask me the wrong question.
Yeah, right. Because that's never happened and never will again. um, um, so this person says, I'm considering doing a ayahuasca journey and have not done so before, and wonder if you could talk about the different stages of a psychedelic experience, of a shamanic experience, shamanic experience, which I think in this case the person's referencing like a psychedelic shamanic experience. So, um, so that's the question. If you could talk about the different stages, and then I think because some of the people in our audience have done ceremony with you or with other shamanic teachers, and so, and also just bringing it back to the folks who may never do a medicine journey, but every day of life in a way is a medicine journey. At least in my experience, there's always stages of every day and every hour, and like kind of how we've got the big ecosystem and then all the little ecosystems. There's the big stage and all these little stages, and so going back to just the basic principles of the stages of ceremony, and how we can apply those in our daily lives in the coming week.
Okay. Rich doorway to open.
Yeah, for sure. Good question. Thank you.
Yeah. So just opening to that flow coming in from that open
Mhm.
doorway, and with the question of how to work with how to work with the different stages of a psychedelic journey, which of you pointed out has applicability in our daily lives. Period. With just with the flow of the river, that the Tao of our lives, especially with all the kind of coyote trickster machinations that can come in there to knock us off course. But speaking of course, being on course, the starting point for addressing the question is taking responsibility for what you want to create your life to be, how you want to create your life, what's your intention, what qualities of consciousness and being do you want to grow stronger in your life? What identities, what ways of meeting your needs do you want to have grow strong in your life that are healthy and sustain and support high level wellness, and open of your creativity to the wisdom guidance that's available to us from the creative source of all, the great mystery. So taking responsibility for gaining clarity about what your intentions are in regards to those qualities of consciousness and being that you want to have grow in your life. And then creating a practice, creating a set of practices, mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, mindfulness practices that metaphorically polish up the stardust of your intentions, empower your intentions as you start the day and then you go into the day. And so anything, when you have that going, when you have clear intention of what qualities of consciousness you want to create and nurture to be stronger in your life, when you have that awareness, that intention, and you go forward in your life, as you go forward on a medicine journey, uh, you don't know what's going to happen. You're not in charge of what's going to happen. It's in the hands of the mystery. You have no clue. You have your expectations, you have your hopes, you have your desires. But from one moment to the next, whether there even is a universe, whether it doesn't puff out of existence like a bubble, rising in a heated water or something, boom. Um, what we do know is we're here right now. We're alive in this moment. And so that whatever happens on the journey, the psychedelic journey, has the opportunity to be an experience if we work it right, if we create a relationship with it, to help us strengthen, grow, nurture those qualities of consciousness and being that we want to have grow stronger. So, for instance, one of the things that when the medicine comes on and the ayahuasca journey or any psychoactive journey, um, as I said, you're not in charge of what's going to come through. It opens a doorway both to the unconscious, the collective unconscious, to deeper insight and understanding into mainstream, ordinary, ego-based consciousness, and it opens up the doorway to higher consciousness, higher realms of consciousness, of being, of spirit.
Hey,
Yeah,
Dad. I just had a thought. Sorry to interrupt your stream
that's all
there.
right.
But since we normally do, like we normally talk about the question, then you talk about that, and then you lead us in a visualization. Because of the nature of the question this week, I wonder if it would be you'd be up for we start the visualization right away, and we just devote a couple of minutes to visualizing being in each stage and how that can be brought into quote unquote daily life.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, I'm good with that. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we invite you then to close your eyes, get into a comfortable position, as we are guided into this opportunity to explore the different stages of shamanic journeying. So, and how we can apply that in our daily lives.
To bring our awareness to our awareness and to the contents of our awareness, and just to be aware of our awareness, what a gift awareness is, and how when we attune our awareness with focused intention, we can notice what's happening in our physical bodies. We can notice, become aware of sensations and feelings and energy states in our bodies. We can notice in awareness of this as we breathe in, as we breathe out. And without having to work consciously at breathing, we can simply notice how we're being breathed, cycle of being breathed by the universe. We're in communion with the universe that creates the breath of life, creates the atoms, the explosions and suns, building blocks of our physical bodies that our spirits live in. We can just notice with awareness all of this. The interdimensionality of our being, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, energetic, intuitive, visionary. Simply noticing and imagining that we've taken the drink of ayahuasca. We were brave enough to take that drink in and then release and surrender and let go and open to the flow of the Tao. Remembering our intentions as qualities of consciousness and being we want to have grow stronger. Remembering gratitude to the spirits of Mother Ayahuasca, of vine and flowers, joining together in a sacred marriage to produce what neither of them can produce separately, but join together in cooperative synthesis. A sacred medicine, a gift from Mother Earth, from great grandmother growth, from the ancestors, shared with us by indigenous people, teaching the dynamics of right relationship, of respect, of humility, of gratitude. So, gratitude to the spirits of the Mother Ayahuasca plants. Divine. The indigenous people, prayers for the indigenous people who teach about these ancient sacred ways, right relationships, struggling to survive in the Amazon, prayers for protection for the people, the plants, the animals, the tierra, the earth, gratitude. And gradually we begin to notice sensations with our awareness in our body as the medicine starts to activate awareness of sensations in our bodies that we didn't feel before, weren't there before, and now are being activated. And noticing how those sensations can trigger thoughts and feelings. Uh-oh, something's happening. It might trigger, if we don't surrender into it and release into its flow, it can trigger fear and then constriction and tightness. And so simply noticing that, just noticing that. And the opportunity to notice how the fear comes from stories you're telling yourself. And with that awareness, you can, if you so choose it, pull the plug on those stories and those thoughts and labeling those sensations and simply surrender deeper and knowing, ah, the flow of the great wisdom river is coming upon me. I can release into with faith and trust and calmness and gratitude into that flow with attention, with alertness. with attuned awareness, and with a sense of curiosity and venture. See what comes forth. See what that flow brings up in and through me and me too. Just simply surrendering and noticing. And whatever does come up, however it's experienced, it may be somatically, it may be visually, it may be kinesthetically, it may be auditory, it may be with the eyes open, it may be with the eyes closed. But it's all energy in different manifestations. It's all dancing, vibrating energy. So opening the energy being that you are to the energy that's trying to flow through you, and pay attention. See what it may be helping you to see or become aware of, conscious of. Releasing the small me identity of ego, releasing the small self, recognizing it. If there's wounds or patterns that need to be recognized or call for healing energy, then opportunity to do that with each breath in. It's all opportunity. It's all an exploration of what's possible in a universe of infinite possibilities. And so we have the opportunity to co-create, and medicine can help bring awareness to how our experience is an ongoing creation, fueled with each new breath in. And with that power, that growth power energy of life that flows in on the journey of daily life, on the journey of the medicine, it asks you, what do you want to create? What do you want to co-create with me? What do you want to use this energy for? What beliefs? What values? What ways of being? What ways of experiencing? This work with the sacred plants in a sacred ceremonial way, it's a knowledge system. These are ancient, research and developed formulas of gaining wisdom about the nature of nature, the nature of the ultimate reality, the nature of our true being, and the access we have to the infinite creative wisdom power of the universe. The blessing, the gift, and the responsibility we're given, the opportunity we're given to wake up, remember our connection with this infinite ultimate reality by whatever name we call it. At the deepest level of our being, experiences cosmic love, infinite light, the essence of our being, waking up to the illumination, the luminosity of who and what we really are, our purpose in being here, filled with light, filled with love, the essence of our being. What is it for? To be a channel for healing light and love into the world, activating, raising the potential by showing up with action to do our part to help create a meaningful, healthy, and diverse, happy, win-win world for all. We have the potential to create that kind of world here. If enough of us wake up, wise up, and co-create with spirit, a conscious dream of life based on love, based on understanding the sacredness of our interconnectedness and the joy that comes from opening to that truth of our being and surrendering into it and being a channel for its healing light and love through us, out to each other, our families, our communities, Mother Earth, the animals, the air, the mountain, the ocean, the sea, ancestors, to the cosmos, the healing of the sacred hoop. And on a journey, be it daily life, on a psychedelic sacred medicine, Mother Yahe, or whatever it might be, the key, vital key to opening the doorway to this awareness of our sacred unity is letting go, is releasing, releasing with faith and trust in the mystery. As if we're holding on, if we're constricted, if we're inflamed, it's hard for that light and love and wisdom guidance to come through us. So letting go of whatever needs to be released for opening awareness, conscious awareness for attunement and communion with the infinite sacred light and love that we are. Letting go, releasing, and coming back to where we started our time together. Blessings, blessings of being alive, blessings of awareness, the blessings of safety and protection, of health, to be able to make conscious choices how we use this precious gift of life force that flows into us with each breath. It says, I love you. Opening to the waves of love. Channels for the waves of love. May it be so. Oh. And when you're ready, you take a breath in of that fresh life force energy and open your eyes and stretch and come back into being here with our eyes open if that's what you want. And if you want to keep your eyes open, closed, keep them closed as long as you want and enjoy whatever you're enjoying. Being alive. Oh.
That what you just said, if you want to keep your eyes closed and keep enjoying whatever you're enjoying, um, reminds me of one of the things that I have found super helpful in journeys, is and it is one of the teachings across most of the great religions of the world, which is to like be here now, right? And so in journeying, sometimes there's fear, and since the person who asked this question said it was their first time preparing to go into a shamanic psychedelic journey, there's fear oftentimes of like what's going to come up, right? What am I going to face? And I love how you've shared and taught what you were taught about, when something hard comes up, like ask it why it's there, like what you can learn from it.
Face it.
And pardon me,
Face it.
face it. Yeah,
Have an
I love
have an
that.
eye thou encounter with it. Look it in the eye. You know, what are you bringing me? What are you helping me see, helping me to see? What what
Hmm.
what what medicine do you carry for me here?
Yeah,
Dialogue. Ask questions.
yeah. And I think that's one of, like, for me, that's one of the most helpful things, bringing it into daily life. I was going to say real life, but it's all real. But bringing it into daily life, bringing the teachings of shamanic medicine journeys um, into daily living and the challenges of the day, is like when something is challenging, physically, mentally, relationship wise, all of the above, to take a moment to pause and ask, like, why, whatever the energy you're feeling, why are you here? I see you.
Yeah,
um, and what can I learn from you?
yeah. It reminds me of another dynamic that I counsel people with for a medicine journey is opening your mind to recognizing that whatever comes up, whatever you experience on whatever level of your being, it's not by accident.
Hmm. Hmm.
During the day, equally so. Whatever shows up, um, it's not by accident. And if it pushes your buttons, if what shows up pushes your ego reactivity buttons, that's even more so. It's not happening by accident because it's a vehicle of opportunity, a test of your spiritual curriculum to see where you're in your identity, your consciousness, you close down in
Hmm.
reducing your totality into the stories of ego. And so there's constriction. The pipes are clogged up. It's tight. You're dreaming too small. And so the mystery, and sometimes in a button pushing away, a coyote pushing away, is bringing the situation of your full reactivity. So it's right in your face to help you stop, push the pause button, and recognize, this is happening because the spirit's knocking on the other side of that membrane of conscious awareness from ego to union and saying, you're dreaming too small. You fell asleep. You're dreaming too small. You forgot who you are. You forgot that you love. Wake up and wise up and live love now, because this is the only time you've got. So that whatever shows up is giving you an opportunity to open a doorway and see what information that energy is trying to bring to you and in your awareness. So whatever shows up, it's not by accident. The medicine's working. Pay attention. Find a way of opening the doorway to get and see and understand and bring through and actualize the medicine teaching that's available to you in and through that situation. All right.
Okay, thank you. In your book that's going to be coming out soon, do you want to tell us any updates on when the book's going to be coming out?
Well, it's in the hands of the mystery. There's a couple of publishing companies that are looking at it right now. And so if they accept it, which they may or may not, then the timing's on them. That's in
Right,
that.
right. Okay. Well, I'm going to give folks a little sneak preview then of just one little part in the book where you talk about the eminent Czechoslovakian LSD researcher Stanislav Grof, and he talks about the 4 stages of the psychedelic experience. So I'm going to read you just a couple of words from each one. And when I say the words that he has used, could you give us a couple of sentences that bring a little bit more of the shamanic spiritual perspective into it? Are you game? Feels like a little bit like a game show.
I'm game, but I don't know if I can remember all of that. So go ahead.
No, no. It's just I'm going to say a couple words, and then you say a
No, I
couple
got it. Got it.
words or a
Just
sentence.
take one
Okay.
breath at a time, one step at a time. You do
Okay.
your part and let me see what it brings up.
Okay. So the first one is the physical and somatic effects.
To remember I'm more than my physical body. My physical body is simply a container for which my infinite spirit lives for the period of time in my life in this container. So we're more than who we think we are. That's shamanism is techniques to open our awareness to recognizing we're more and we're connected to that more.
Great. Thank you. Okay. Next one. Stage 2, mystery unfolding effects.
Mystery unfolding effects.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Well, what comes up for me is the from shamanic experience that the mystery is always present. The mystery, the sacred mystery of life, of existence, of being, which is to say, spirit's always present, but manifests in mysterious ways, not the way our egos always want or that our intellects understand, because it's bigger than all of that. So the great mystery is present in everyone and everything and everywhere and all the time. And it's always seeking to bring through fullest blossoming, greatest good. But it's not guaranteed in this realm, middle world, what shamanism calls the middle world, between the upper world and the lower world. And it's not guaranteed. And that's why we're here. That's why we have life in this middle world with a human body and an ego identity and all the stories and dramas and hurts and wounds and fears that go along with it. So we can use the gift of an incarnation, human incarnation, to wake up and show up and do our part in the situations that are challenging on our lives to bring through fullest blossoming greatest good, because we all have gifts to do that. And if we're in a situation where that's called for, then we're not in it by accident, because the great mystery is trying to work through us to open that doorway to do our part to bring through fullest blossoming greatest good. Shamanism is an understanding of reality in which there is no separation. The great mystery is always here right now.
Okay. Thank you. Number 3 is ego loss, or I should say, stage 3 is ego loss.
If you take a strong enough doses of the medicine, or in waking life have a strong enough experience that a beautiful sunrise, or just takes you into a bliss state, or sunset, or suddenly stopping by a flower you've never noticed before and bending over and looking closer at it and seeing the intricacy of its design and color and shape and the magnificence of it all, and it just all of a sudden, it just without you thinking about it, all of a sudden the constrictive boundary of an ego identity, which is like a membrane around you, dissolves, just dissolves into what's underneath there, been there all along, the infinite oneness of the great mystery of the great spirit. The divine creative wisdom power of the universe is a quantum field, the infinite quantum field, whatever words you want to use to describe it, opening our awareness that there's more to us than that ego and its stories. There's way much more to us, and there's much more available to us to be able to connect with, to manifest the fullness of who and what we are and our purpose in being here in this little world at this time, this challenging time. Oh.
Oh, thank you. These are great. Love this. Thank you. And then stage 4 is rebirth, which we do every single morning if we are lucky.
Yeah, and then we have the opportunity to rebirth ourselves if we bring that gift of our awareness to that cycle of breathing that I talked about before and that we're all experiencing right now. And as we bring awareness to the cycle of being breathed, particularly noticing the out breath, particularly bringing awareness to the energy leaving that's no longer necessary for our lives. And so the wisdom of evolution is carrying some of that no longer needed energy out with the breath leaving out into a stream and carried away downstream. And then there's a pause. And then there's an inflow of the next breath, the next wave of life force energy, chi, kupuri, mana, flowing in with the breath. And each time that breath comes in, it is a rebirth. It's an opportunity to rebirth what you want to put your attention into, what identity you want to put your attention into, your small self or your larger self. The medicine can help dissolve that smaller self and gain access to the larger self, the true identity. We literally have an opportunity with each new breath in to rebirth the focus of our intention. Make a conscious choice what we want to experience, taking ownership of the fact that we can only experience whatever we want to experience in the sacred right now. Doesn't matter what choice has been made in the past. In this moment, that breath comes in totally clean, with clean, new, fresh, exciting opportunity to rebirth yourself in this moment. So the rebirth is available to us with every breath that leaves. The cleansing, letting go of what's no longer needed, and then the opening with awareness to the wave of life force coming through. Wow, I'm getting another opportunity to be alive. How do I want to birth myself anew in this moment? The more I can be, the more we can be conscious of making this decision process full awareness, the richer our lives in the moment. Oh.
Oh, thank you. That was great. Thank you to Benjamin for sending in Benjamin K for sending in the today's question. This was really really great. And it's interesting because it reminds me, I grew up doing ballet and danced professionally until I was 33. And in ballet, you first learn like the 5 positions, and then there's like a basic bar that it follows the same basic flow every class that you take. And um, and there's been times where people say, "Oh, why would you want to take like a beginning ballet class if you're a, you know, advanced dancer or something?" And I was always like, because if you go back to the basics, like it is such an incredible workout. It allows you to just sink in, and then you get so much richness out of the experience. And so today, all the journeying we talked about and going back to those different stages and basics just reminds me of that experience. So thank you.
Oh.
So thank you all for being here. And I just want to repeat those last four things real quick. In summary, was about that you are more than your body, more than you think you are. Great mystery present in everyone, everything, all the time. Seeking greatest blossoming and greatest good in this middle world that we are in. That you always have the opportunity to enter into an altered state, and letting go of the constricted ego identity by breathing into infinite wisdom, divine creative wisdom, power of the universe, which is one of my favorite phrases you use. And then the opportunity to experience rebirth with every breath and pause and inflow of the life force energy. So may you all, and may we use these teachings good in the coming week. And thank you, Nicole and Poppy and Mom. Thank you, all of you, for being here with us today and every week. And please share this service that we are offering with anybody you think might benefit from it. Invite them to join us too. Anything else you want to say, Dad?
Thank you for you.
Thank you for you.
Okay.
Thank you for each of you. All right, we'll see you next week. And also remember, you can always also catch these on YouTube if you missed the beginning or want to see any of the past week's gatherings. So love to you all. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.